Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. This is Daily Trading Analysis with a quick market update. Today, February 7th, regarding economic data, we didn't have any big data today. Balance of trade continually going lower, minus 67 billions. Exports more or less the same, and imports more or less the same. So everyone is waiting for Fed Chair Jerome Powell's speech at 12:40 after lunch, more or less, and also after that at 2 p.m. Fed bar speech. So when nothing happens, when no news, no economic data is released, we have to watch this kind of speech. And more than that, if Jerome Powell is speaking, we have to focus on that, because markets right now, as you can see, are super range bound. This is yesterday's price action, choppy, range bound between Nasdaq between 12,600 and 12,400, and today more of the same price action. We started chopping around, we tried to go higher, we rejected, we consolidating in this support, same as yesterday, and we are basically with this kind of volume profile. This is a volume profile known as equilibrium. This is balance. So point of control is more or less in the middle on the range, and right now we are trying to go higher before Jerome Powell's speech. This is the typical thing that I think markets try to do sometimes, manipulate and induce traders to go bullish, but I think there's nothing justifying this kind of move. So be careful with that, because FOMO kicks in and everyone jumps in, and then we can have issues. So be careful, be patient, wait for Jerome Powell and take that opportunity. If you think that Jerome Powell will continue hawkish and claiming that they are going to reach more than 5% interest rates, go ahead and short the market. And if you think that rates are not going to be that high and we are in a strong economy, tight labor market, and we are far away of a recession, just continue buying weakness and going long. These are the two kind of mentalities I think a lot of traders are in. I trade the market I'm in, and right now there's nothing I like regarding this range bound activity. So I think a lot of people will be trying to short the streams and go long on this support. So if you check the 15-minute part, the 15-minute chart, I think it's quite clear that there's nothing, for me at least, in this kind of price action. So I will wait for Jerome Powell. I maybe will try to take some shorts of this range around 12,600, but we'll have to see. Anything can happen when Powell and more Feds are speaking. Apart from that, Microsoft, look at this. It's almost 3% on the day, 2.58 on news that they are going to have a live conference, big event, today's Wednesday at 1 p.m. right after Jerome Powell's speech. So there's a lot of interesting and hype regarding ChatGPT and the plans that Microsoft are going to discuss and release at this big event. A lot of people are talking about they are going to incorporate this ChatGPT and AI into Bing, their search engine. So I think if you think that AI is the next big boy on the street, I think that's why a lot of people is investing on Microsoft. We'll have to wait for that event after Jerome Powell to see if this kind of price action continues, or this is just the same as usual, a little bit of hype and FOMO on an artificial intelligence, and that's all. In my opinion, this is quite good for them, and ChatGPT, it's capable of a lot of strong things. So maybe this is a good move. We check the daily regarding investments, no day trading. Regarding investments, Microsoft is just knocking at the door of this pivot at 264, and I think there's potential for this to break out and recover this kind of move that we had on August last year. 280s are on the table for Microsoft. Apart from that, Amazon is feeling the pain of consumer discretionary and consumer spending. I think Amazon is quite weak on the day, minus 2.50%. Microsoft is super strong, but on the other hand, Amazon is super weak. And I think it has a lot to do with consumer spending is more weak than ever, and interest rates will continue higher. So I think a lot of people is trying to move investments from the big consumer discretionary stocks to the more tech, and in this case, Microsoft and Apple are quite strong today. And I think in long term, they are quite good investments. So you can see also Nvidia moving higher. Its semiconductors, SMH, are 2.83 on the day. If we check the daily, there's a logical, you can see that it's super strong. Since we broke this pivot, we've been going higher and higher, and right now we are putting a higher low. So we will have to see, but I think Nasdaq is holding. It's surprisingly strong, holding this pullback, and we'll have to see. Right now we are at the extreme of the level, but this is, as always, this is typical. Right before Jerome Powell speaks, there's a lot of hype on FOMO, but I will not fall to this, and I will just wait for actual data, actual news, actual information. I'm not going to predict what Jerome Powell is going to say. We all know what kind of information is going to share. They want to continue raising high interest rates, so there's nothing for me to, I don't want to buy this just for Jerome Powell to just sell the market afterwards. So if you want to buy this and you think that we are going to push again 12,800 after these two rejections, I don't know, it's up to you. In my opinion, these are two big rejections after all this economic data and also the unemployment rate and payroll. So I think there's not enough justification for me to go long yet, unless we clear these highs and we just basically break 13,000. That's my opinion. So I will have to wait. What else? Energy, 3% on the day. Crude oil is finding some buyers down here, so be careful, because every time that energy, crude oil, natural gas are going up, there's fears regarding inflation coming back. Interest rates are going to continue higher. Inflation is starting to not go as quick as before, but that doesn't mean either inflation is going down and we are getting negative inflation, CPI or PCE. Neither we are seeing Feds pivoting and start thinking about cutting rates. We are just seeing the opposite. Energy going back up and Fed continue raising high interest rates. So be careful what kind of manipulation or what kind of mentality you have at these levels, because look at this move. This is, I will say it again, this is not healthy. This is just pure FOMO. Pure FOMO. And I don't think it's justified. Well, you are in this channel to find this kind of information, to find my opinion, and also to try to understand what kind of thinking, what kind of thoughts I share with you. I always have a justification for saying what I say, and I don't think I will go long today. There's too much risk at these extremes. We've been range bound since two big rejections, so we can just fail at the upside and just go down after Jerome Powell says again the same thing. That's the same thing. I don't think Jerome Powell is going to say anything different. As you can see, we are rejecting 12,600 right at the 30-minute resistance at this yesterday's close pivot at noon. So be careful what kind of position you take, and please be patient. Discipline and risk management are super important in these kind of cases. This is your long-term thinking. So as always, thank you for your time. If you found this video useful, please remember to click the like button and subscribe to the channel to receive notifications when I upload new videos. Remember that I upload new videos every single day for market forecast, market updates, and market recap. I appreciate your time, and remember that the trading day is not over yet. We have Jerome Powell speech at 12:40 in 1 hour, and right after Microsoft is having a big event related with ChatGPT and AI plans for them in the near future. So discipline and risk management, and more than that, patience is going to be key for success. Stay safe, everyone, and see you later.